blows. It's Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Toronto Raptors. On tap, next.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, this is the NBA. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan alongside my broadcast partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's great to have you with us. And now, presented by State Farm, we take a look at the matchups for our tip-off coming up moments from now. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Rudy Gay.
Well, what's amazing about Gay is the body control, the athleticism, the ability to go up for a shot and absorb contact and still kind of hang there and knock the shot down. Just an amazing wing player, probably one of the most underrated scorers in this league.
I'd agree with that. He's a superb athlete with great composure offensively, and that ability to finish over the top is a big part of why he rarely gets in funks or cold spells. He knows he can get his shot off whenever he needs to.
Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to Miami. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got,
Look out! Wow! Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
A breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Here's Prince. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
They played a very physical game the last time they got together, and it had a lot to do with them coming away empty. There were just too many key players in foul trouble by the time the fourth quarter came around.
Conley kicks to Prince. Over Gay. Another miss by Prince. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. DeRozan, it's blocked. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Anderson, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. 50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shots good by Gay. And Clark, Steve just touched on it. There are some players they can't afford to be missing late in games, and that's what happened last time these two teams met.
And you know what, guys? To avoid that this time around, you've got to turn the heat down a little bit on the aggressiveness. Idle it down just a notch, because if you don't, an opponent can make that work against you.
Here's Lowry. He sinks the 11-footer. Lowry's got his first points of the game. On defense, Toronto. It's a 5-point game. Conley kicks to Randolph. Tipped. Passes to Conley. Feeds to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Jazz in Utah.
Well, they had a difficult night from the field in that game, guys. They just didn't look to be working very hard to get good looks offensively.
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm going to disagree with you. I thought they could have worked a little bit harder offensively, but I think it was more the fact they just had a cold shooting.
At the end.
This Tuesday.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, Clark and Steve. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that. It can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Toronto right now, Anderson is out there with Amir Johnson. Then there's Telfair. And then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ross in at the 2-guard spot.
It's been 4 years now and counting for the Raptors since they made the playoffs. Overall, the franchise found their way into the playoffs early, but it's been hard getting back there recently.
What a great example of how to set a good pick. He really allowed his man a wide open look.
Bayless dishes to Allen. The dish now to Davis. Johnson on him. Davis, the pass to Allen. He kicks to Bayless. Over Telfair. Bayless's shot is off. And with so many stars coming and going, Bosh and Tracy McGrady, it seems each time, Steve, that Toronto gets a team that can make the playoffs, they lose their centerpiece.
Yeah, that's going to be important in the future. Can they hang on to their players? It's one of the reasons I think they've gone with a more European feel to their club. It's an international city, Toronto is, and I think that the franchise feels like if they draft European players, they're more likely to be able to hang on to them than they would be the American stars.
With the shot, buries the jump shot. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Ross. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here is Bayless. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Shooting-wise, he's having a tough quarter. I mean, he just seems to have gone cold. Can't find the basket.
No good from Ross.
It's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
You know, the defense has to prevent the ball from getting down into that area if they're going to be successful, guys.
Gets it off. No good on the buzzer beater. Second quarter ends in a tight one. It's the Raptors up by 1. We'll be back shortly live.
10. And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And this up. And now it's simply time for you to pick and win. That'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Thanks so much. I'm Damon Bruce. Now let's get back out to Kevin Harlan for the second half of play.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Memphis trailing here. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Randolph and Gasol are down low. Mike Conley and Tony Allen in the backcourt. And it's Prince in at the small forward. The 15-footer. Gay can't get it to go.
And how about the season Marc Gasol had a year ago, guys? He was terrific, made the All-Star team, excellent passer at the high post, but strong, can really go down on the block and shoot that jump hook as well.
Here's DeRozan. He dishes it to Lowry. For 3, gets it to go. Lowry's got 5 points so far. And the Grizzlies shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. And for Marc Gasol, 4 years younger than his 4-time All-Star brother Pau Gasol. You know, he's entering his prime. And now he's on pretty equal footing, I think, Clark, with his older brother.
Well, you know, he was the 48th pick back in 2007, and that's pretty strong company to be mentioned in with his brother Pau. So he's different. A bigger center. He's 7'1", 265, a little heavier, and seems to be more comfortable playing with his back to the basket.
And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And the Raptors with some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Gay. And Landry Fields subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Ed Davis is checked in for Randolph. Pondexter comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Tony Allen. Pondexter, defended by Anderson, takes a shot at the elbow, and Davis can't get it to go.
You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard, and it'll pay off for them in the end.
Lowry inside the line, steps back and drains the jump shot. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter. Now Conley. Over Valanciunas. And another miss by Memphis.
Typically, he's pretty dependable on those open jump shots.
And a great show through 3 quarters.
Tune in this.
Point out the back, show you how to get this going. Large amounts to a target.
So as we get rolling here in the 4th quarter, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Uncontainable game. Doris?
Kevin, Kyle Lowry has had an uncontainable game in this one. His first 3 quarters were terrific. This game probably wouldn't be nearly as close if it weren't for his contributions. But he's got more work ahead of him as we go to the 4th period. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Doris. He's brought his A game for sure.
Kevin, maybe even his A-plus game. I mean, he's been the man of the hour. I don't know if it was by design or by accident, but this club has completely depended on him for the entire game today.
Yep, and he's delivered, Steve. I mean, I don't think it was an accident at all. They know what he's capable of, and they wanted to come out and get everything they could out of him, and they have.
So with Gay on the bench, here's the group that Dwayne Casey has on the floor. Their backcourt is Lowry and DeRozan. Amir Johnson is out there with Landry Fields, and it's Anderson in at the 3. Knocked loose and stolen by Kyle Lowry. And that one's good. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Here's DeRozan.
Oh, hammer time! Hammer time! He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
That's good.
And they're closing this game out in style. I mean, I like what they're doing here, competing till the very end.
That's certainly what it looks like. I mean, there's no let-up in them so far.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He rallied the troops saying, nobody said it was going to be easy. They're not laying down. They're not going away. If we want this game, we have to take it from them. Kevin, plenty of fire in that speech.
There's Randolph, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Lowry from outside. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Allen's shot is off. Raptors have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And the Raptors miss again.
They would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
Gay outside. Good.
Well, the outcome is not in question now. They've got it all wrapped up.
Agreed. I mean, they're just looking to simply run the clock out now.
And so